Hello, welcome to Lemon's Juice, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm of course Lemon himself, Zeke Lamone, and this is my review for A Haunting in Venice. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way, shall we? I'm gonna need you to leave a like, a comment below, let me know your thoughts of A Haunting in Venice, and subscribe to this channel and ring the bell, as all of that helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now with all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? Alright, so A Haunting in Venice is the technically the third chapter. And Kenneth Barangah's, I can never say the character's full name, so I'm going to attempt to say the last name, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher it for y'all's amusement, of Poirot's adventure, where he is, it's a whodunit, right? It's a whodunit movie. We had the Murder on the Orient Express. We had, is it the Orient Express? Yeah, I was thinking of the animated movie, the Polar Express. Yeah, no, it's the Murder on the Orient Express, the Death on the Nile, and now we have A Haunting in Venice. And I love me a good whodunit movie. I love a murder mystery. I'm also a huge fan of horror movies, and my favorite type of horror movies is when it deals with the paranormal. I love Paranormal Activity, I love The Conjuring, love all those types of movies. And I'm also in love with the city of Venice. I have never been to the city of Venice, but it is like my #1 destination that I want to visit on my bucket list. So basically what I'm really trying to say is, the movie was essentially made for me. Like, there's a lot of points that are already given to this movie due to my fandom of a lot of the atmosphere of this movie alone. So there is that. And I gotta say, out of all three, and again, you know, all those points are probably necessarily very valid, to me this is the best one out of the three that he has done. Now, I said in my immediate reaction on TikTok, which you should follow by the way, that I'm not familiar with Kenneth Barangah's work as a director. However, with these three, he has a hold of it now. Like, now he knows exactly what to place camera, how to get the characters and all this stuff. And, you know, he did well with the other two as well, but this one just really seemed seamless all the way through. And when I looked up his work, I never realized how much of Kenneth Barangah's work as a director that I really enjoyed. And I also completely forgot that he directed Thor, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, Dutch angles, because there are a ton of them in this movie. And they work in this one, unlike in the first Thor. But the best part of this movie is him as Poirot. I mean, he is absolutely fantastic. And the story that he goes on is that, you know, he's retired, he doesn't really care to take cases anymore, and then, you know, of course he gets shoehorned into the seance. But what's great about this one, because, and I'm going to do some minor spoilers for the first two. Well, not minor, I'm gonna do the reveals, because in the first one, the reveal, spoiler warning by the way, if you have not seen the other two, which I highly doubt you'll be watching this review if you haven't seen them. The first one, everyone did it. Everyone had a part in the murder. And to me, anyway, it was a little disappointing that, you know, everyone did, and just how the way it went about it, because that whole movie to me was really ride or died on the reveal, and the fact that, oh, it was everyone, just was disappointing to me. And the second one, same thing. It was about the reveal. Like, at the ride was fine, it was enjoyable. I mean, everyone was acting their asses off, and the direction is cool. But I also knew who it was. Like, I knew it was the former best friend. And after a while I knew, okay, the husband's also involved. Like, there was no big reveal for me, because, like, yeah, obviously it was them, but it was also the right choice, and, you know, the whole explanation was very fun. And this one, it took me up until one line. When a character says a certain line, I'm like, oh, they did it. And it was also like right around the corner to where the reveal is. So not only was there an actual mystery to who did it, because I was actually like, everyone is actually a suspect this time, it was also more mysteries to it too, because at first when he's going there, it's not about a murder, and it's not there to protect someone. It is certainly that does come into play, but one, he is trying to debunk this psychic, this medium, if you will, like, on how fake it is, because that's a chance, like, oh, I cannot. Tina's Fey character comes in, who does fantastic, by the way. Really goes against her type, and she does absolutely phenomenal. I hope she does more work like this, because she is great. Of trying to debunk, like, oh yeah, what makes it fake, and that's part of the mystery. Then there is the murder. Then there is, okay, are these ghosts real? Because he starts to see the haunting, because, you know, it's called Haunting in Venice. And those three aspects of trying to figure those things out, along with other mysteries as well, just keeps you engaged throughout the whole entire movie. And to me, this is also the best ensemble of just how the characters acting. Like, I gotta say, I have not read a single Agatha Christie book. I might need to change that because I really do enjoy out of these movies. And criticism I can think of is Poirot's arc that he goes on. Like, you kind of see where it's going, but did they fully earn that? Because the lesson, because like, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but just with how he was before, he does go on a bit of a journey. And he does feel a little different. I guess it is earned, but to me, it just wasn't completely satisfying to me. And that's really the only criticism that I have. And that's probably just a me battle that I'm going through. Like, it's by no means a perfect movie, but to me, this is one of the better movies of this year. It's probably in my top 10, to be completely honest with you. And honestly, out of all the 5 whodunits, if you count Knives Out and Glass Onion of this current era of whodunits, it's probably my favorite out of all 5. Now, granted, we do have all the stuff that I explained at the very beginning of why this movie got so many points from the get-go. And also, the runtime is also great as well. Like, nothing seems like really added. There is one scene that I probably would have cut. And there's a random fight scene, and it just seemed so unnecessary to get to one point. Like, I see the point of it because we needed to put someone somewhere, but I just felt like we could have gone a different way about it. It just felt like noise. It just comes from out of nowhere to me, the fight scene. But yeah, I mean, I had a really good time with it. To me, it's a freshly squeezed lemonade. I mean, it kept me on my edge. I was guessing all the time. I never tuned out once. Had a very, very great time with this movie. It's going to be a great Halloween movie for me moving forward. Oh, that's Crash, by the way. That's my dog. He wants to be part of the video now. This is going to be part of, like, all right, every Halloween, I always watch a bunch of horror movies or horror-adjacent type movies. Just, you know, to be in that feel for spooky season, because I love Halloween. And this will definitely join the fold of movies that I do every single year moving forward, because it just feels right with that atmosphere. Like, definitely go out to the theater. I think they did release this early. I think they could have waited to the first weekend of October to release it out, because it really does just put you in that mood and that mindset to get you ready for Halloween. And yeah, have a group of friends over when it does come out on streaming, and it's just about going on that ride. It is a great, great time. I hope this movie does well, because I want more. I want more. I love seeing Kenneth Branagh as this character. I like his direction with it. Same thing with the Knives Out movies as well. Bring on more whodunits, because to me, they're just so much fun. They're just a lot of fun. But let me know what your thoughts of A Haunting in Venice. Leave a comment below, let me know. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have a discussion down in the comment section. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.